Page is our correspondent following events in Mpumalanga where the court case is. Tanya, this case really is creating a lot of public interest and anger.
Oh, very much so, and you can see and hear behind me, I'm sure, that some of those protests by the main political parties have been continuing. The pre-trial really an opportunity for both the defence and prosecution to outline the bare bones of their case. We know what the prosecution is saying. The defence says that the accused allege that they caught Molechwa trespassing with stolen copper cables and that it was him who threatened their lives. Let's bring in my guest now from the governing African National Congress, Tim Mashele. Tim, how concerned is the ANC about these sorts of incidents continuing to happen in a free, democratic South Africa?
We were very much worried as the ANC Youth League and as the ANC in this province of Mpumalanga that racism keeps on cropping its ugly head continuously at this day in democracy. We do not understand why these things are still happening today. If you look today, we're here in Mecklenburg to deal with this case of Comrade Victor. On Friday, we are going to Tzaneen, where a similar incident happened. A guy by the name of Mark Scott, a few years down the line, he threw a black guy into a lion's cage and the lions killed that man. Last year, he drove over a black guy in Hoedspruit 3 times over that guy. What happened is that after that incident, the fellow opened the case and police did nothing about that, up to a point where the march as the ANC demanding that he must be arrested, otherwise we were going to go and arrest him. He handed himself over to police, but what actually disturbs us is that even after he handed himself, they moved the case from Tzaneen, Hoedspruit to Tzaneen.
So obviously the police have a big responsibility to bring these cases to court, but surely also the governing party, the ANC, which has been in power all these years now, some 23 years or so, to educate people and to force change upon people who maybe don't want to change. So what response does the ANC have to that?
These racists are not ready to live side by side with our people. Continuously, you see, South Africa at this day and age shouldn't be talking about this thing. But the willingness from these white racists in South Africa shows us that black people are still undermined. But as the ANC Youth League, we realize that part of it is the issue that black people are still marginalized. Black people do not have ownership. It is not correct that at this day and age, a black person will be told that when he's walking in South Africa, he's trespassing. We should, as the ANC Youth League, and we're still going to fight, that the ANC must make sure that they give back land to our people. Part of it is that we do not own the economy. The economy is still in the hands of the white people. Black people do not own land. If you look in that informal settlement where Comrade Victor and many black people live, you'll realize that they live like pigs. They do not have anything. A majority of these white people, they own the entire land. And now it's a crime for a black person to walk from one corner to the other corner. Therefore, we're saying we want the African National Congress to advance the issue of land and give back our people land. By giving back the land, we'll be giving back the dignity of our people. But that does not give an excuse to these white racists to continuously undermine our people. The case that we have seen last week on the media, a black woman was caged at the back of a bakkie. That have got nothing to do with land. The issue that happened in Hoedspruit, where our person was driven over, they have got nothing to do with land. We are saying those who are not ready to live with us, they must leave the country. And we're not going to be apologetic on that one.
Thank you very much for your thoughts and making some very important points there. And it is something that's also being discussed at the ANC's big sort of policy conference beginning today, the issue of land redistribution to black people.
Well, for the moment, Tanya, thanks so much for joining us. Of course, we'll follow that case there from Mpumalanga. Thank you.